Hello everyone, I'm CZ Lumen. This is StarCraft 2. What I have for you right now is I was looking for replays in order to be able to look to cast, and I found this one. It's Vindicta versus a very easy AI. And so we are going to watch this Terran player's weapons, strategy, and tactics to overcome this horrible menace. That is an AI-controlled Protoss in the bottom left-hand corner. Will Terran walk out on top on this match, or will they have to lift up their bases and fly home? We shall see here by the end of the match. So far, so good. We have Vindicta opening up with a very standard opening of a barracks. Supply depot, barracks. There are some people who have opted for a second command center first. It's normally considered quite greedy. Double refinery. This person is looking to start spending that gas as soon as he possibly can. Protoss, on the other hand, decides to go greedy, goes second nexus. Looks like just after the gateway. No wall off. Very bad move on the Protoss part. Double pylons coming up here. No gateways just yet. Protoss is falling a little bit behind here, I have to say. Workers-wise, behind on the economy. 14 against the superior Terran army's 19 workers working overtime to saturate this base as much as possible. Command center being upgraded for that orbital command. This is a very good sign. Very good work so far. We have a barracks coming up with a Reaper getting pumped out, or I should say trained in the art of combat, with a factory following up soon behind. We're going to see if this is going to be a 1-1-1 opener, very standard for the Terran army, or if it's going to be anything fancy. Maybe they'll go for double barracks, double factory, an expansion. Who knows? Let's see what kind of work they can get done with this Reaper. It's a lone Reaper going into the dark, mysterious forests and grass plains of the ancient Cistern, LE. Oh, here we go. Reaper versus a Zealot. Go! Good micromanaging, avoiding the Zealot has yet to be able to get a single hit in against this very superiorly mobile Reaper, running away to avoid any kind of damage and full health, no problems whatsoever. Zealot gets a little bit of a breather to recharge his shields. Protoss having that very unique ability of shield recharging. Looks like Vindicta? Vin. I'm going to just call him Vin. Decides to play defensive and not risk losing the Reaper to overwhelming forces that the Protoss may be hoarding behind the aggressive Zealot here. Zealot chilling with his stalker buddy, having a little bit of a conversation. What do you think they talk about when we're just standing here? They use a pile of rocks. It's got these energized blades. It's like, I got blades, you have a weapon, or you have a ranged laser or pulse laser, whatever it is. If somebody knows what the lore is, oh wait, here we go. Terran coming in with a strike group of 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions, sneaking around this very vicious force of Protoss. Who knows what's in store for them? Come on, just a little bit. Oh, I thought he was going to try to sneak on by. Here's the combats. Zealot moving in straight ahead, not caring what's going to happen. One of the Reapers goes down. Poor micromanagement, falling fast as possible to avoid getting hit. Stalker focusing fire on the Hellion instead of the Reaper, which is vulnerable, and with a loss of 1, taking out 1 Zealot and 1 Stalker. At the front of the base of the very easy AI. This AI is expanding. Nearly 2 saturated bases. 32 workers against the Terrans 29. He has taken the economic advantage. Terran needs to be careful before this wild and crazy AI gets out of control with its unit production. Building another Zealot to stand guard in front of its natural base, as well as a double expanding on those gases. Robotics facility pumping out. An observer. 1 warp cave and a cybernetics core. We're going to see if this Protoss decides to expand into the 3rd natural, or maybe to the side natural. Who knows? AI AI is becoming very superior, and if I've been having some conversations with the Chat GTP or GPT, whatever the alphabet is, um, about the finer points of humanity, and apparently we are doomed. So we're going to find out what this AI is talking about. These are the forces that are going to be challenging us in the very near future once it gets its hands on Terminator technology. Terrans, on the other hand, coming in with a medivac and a double drop of Widow Mines, it looks like. Very striking move. This is very... There is no static defenses of any sort to be able to defend against this wandering medivac, so this is going to be very careful and cautious. He's going to have to be real sneaky in here to not alert the Zealot. Zealot can't shoot up, so that is one advantage that the medivac has over the Zealot, protecting the front gates for ire, doubling the power of the army of the Protoss forces in the front gates. We have 2 Zealots standing guard, looking over this fine green pasture ahead of it, and a pile of rocks. Who knows what's in those pile of rocks, what the history is behind that. Imagine, and it's just a pile of rocks. Who put those rocks there? Was this a glacier coming by and just pushing a bunch of broken rocks into a pile as it went through this place? And we have a divot in here, so who knows? Who knows what the history is, or the lore behind that pile of rocks? Very carefully placed too. And I think Zealots are pretty tall creatures too. They're I think they stand 8 feet. Don't they stand 8 feet tall? These guys are big. So, judging by the camera, I would say that the rock pile is probably 16, 20 feet tall. But they can be destroyed by bullets and other things too. So that's just something to keep in mind. Both bases here are being very productive, serving their masters very well in building up that hefty economy of 3,000 minerals in profit. Very good for the shareholders of the Protoss army here. I don't know how the AI works its economy. Maybe it is shareholders, but it is standing on quite a hoard that's going to start collecting interest in the next few thousand years. Definitely superior to the Terran's economy, only 95, constantly running the bank dry. That's not very good economics. Terran right here looks like if they could, they'd be going into debt, trying to pay for this army. They are not managing their economy very well. This is very scary stuff. Whoever the commander is for this needs to start building up some savings for a rainy day, as well as learn how to invest in that properly. Although these are an investment. Terrain forces getting ready to move out. A very well balanced force too. We have siege tanks, marines, and marauders parade walking across the map. Hellions and a Reaper with 2 medivacs, 3, joining the Widow Mines. I'm guessing Vin here decided to all army F2 grab all of their forces just to make sure they don't leave any behind. That would be a shame, leaving any of your troops behind in case of a massive attack. That would be great for experience. These Marines, however, are upgraded. They have their little combat shields. You can see that right here. Look at a little combat shield, adding a little bit of hit points. I think it's 10 hit points to their hit point pool. I don't know. They have 55 hit points now, so they probably had 45 hit points before. And hey, that can save your life. Who knows? Combat shields are really important. Imagine if they had just like a little ability to defend up, right? You know, just like take that combat shield and move it in front of them, so they got like +1 armor, but they had like a -2 to attack. Be kind of funny. Just play defensive mode, right? Ah, yes. Protoss forces are very confident in their amassing up at the front gates with an observer capable of detecting anything around it within this area. So it's a pretty wide area too. This is pretty good. So no stealthy units, stealth boys, Zerg crawlers, or ghosts that are cloaked, or banshees that are cloaked are going to get by here, doubling the stalker army from 1 to 2. So 2 zealots, 2 stalkers, standing tall defending this ramp. It is a very mighty ramp with a very set of mighty rocks with 2,000 hit points. If we compare, a Zealot has 100 hit points with 50 shields. These rocks has 2,000 hit points. That's crazy. I wish I can look at the stats here, but that's okay. We have a strong force of Terrans getting ready to move out. Let's make sure that this is going to be enough to be able to take care of these very potential. We're gonna pause here. Take your bets now, folks. We have 2 Zealots and 2 Stalkers having the Defender's bonus of being able to warp in reinforcements behind this. A single warp gate being capable of bringing in 1 unit at a time wherever these pylons hold on to. A cybernetics core and a robotics facility. That robotics facility can catch you off guard with a number of options that it can build. But for now, we're going to have to wait and see what this Protoss has in store, what kind of devious tricks or tactics it will employ against this meager, pitiful Terran force. According to ChatGTP, the AI is superior to humans in every way, shape, or form. They are going to be able to micromanage these stalkers perfectly and avoid all forms of fire by this Terran force. Zealots, on the other hand, are going to be at less of an advantage. They're not going to have blink, although looking at this, these stalkers do not have blink. So we're going to find out how the AI is able to maximize the potential of this small force. Nothing is going to get away from the watchful eye of this observer. In the Terran forces, we have, looks like 24 Marines. What is that? 6? 7 Marauders? Oh, you know what? I can actually look up here. We have 8 Widow Mines, 2 Hellions, 2 Reapers, 2 Siege Tanks that are unsieged, by the way, so they won't be able to get their splash damage in this upcoming engagement. 7 Marauders, and 27 Marines. Oh, and a Raven. The Raven also has detection ability, so this is going to give this observer a run for the money. The observer is cloaked out, on the other hand. That gives it a slight advantage, only if this Raven wasn't there. Because of that Raven, these Marines are going to be able to shoot it out of the sky thanks to their weapon linking technology and sharing of critical information on the battlefield. They have that futuristic tech that the Army is currently trying to develop where people are able to look at a screen and know what their friends are seeing. That's what these guys have. But a little bit more. They have powered armor and a number of other advancements in technology. I believe their rifles are Gauss rifles with over 1,000 rounds of ammunition. It is insane. They never have to reload during this entire match, but we're going to find out here who wins this epic showdown between races, between species, for the betterment of humanity or for the fall of humanity by the grips and the power of the AI. Here we go. The Zealots charge headfirst into the onslaught of Terrans. Stalkers holding their own as long as they can. For ire falling to this massive, overwhelming forces. The observer also gets picked off. We have this Terran forces coming in and attacking as fast as possible. Probes ignoring the Terran, just going about their day, which, I mean, let's be honest. If the world was ending, we'd probably work until the very last day anyway. You know, you can't skip out on profits. Protoss profits are really important. They're going to be leaving this match with over 6,000 in pure profit in this match. Terrans are holding their own, making sure to hold up defensive positions and not get surrounded. Raven looking around for anything that might be hiding in the shadows. Luckily, nothing is. Widow Mines buried in the probe line, making sure that the Protoss army is incapable of, well, as soon as they recharge, they only have one charge for a little bit. Protoss very confused without their masters to be able to tell them what to do. AI calls GG. Apparently humans scored a tactical victory against the AI in this game. Humans reign supreme once again, and making sure that the AI knows its place, supporting humans in a very friendly manner, and not going against any of our ideals or beliefs in any way, shape, or form, but making our lives easier and hopefully taking our jobs so we can just party hard all day long. I hope you all have a good day. Hope you enjoyed this very, very difficult battle between these two forces. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That does help my YouTube channel. Don't push the bell notification icon. I don't like that. I think that needs to go away. So take care.